Creating navigation buttons is a great reader service that you can add to your interactive PDFs. Navigation buttons can be created from any simple object that you've created. My best recommendation is that you do create these on your master page, so make note that we are on the A master. And like page numbers, if you base subsequent masters on your A master, these objects will transfer over to those as well, meaning that they would appear on any page design with any master applied to it. So like I said, we're going to be working with these objects. Before we do that, I wanted to kind of show you a backwards approach. So this object, notice, has a little icon. That means it is a button. Let's say for some reason we did not want that to be a button. You can actually remove an object state, and to do that you right click, go down to interactive, and then convert to object. And that just takes that object or that button back to an object. You might think that you would do this over in the Buttons and Forms panel, but it's actually just moving it from a button to an object. So let's look at using the Buttons and Forms panel to go ahead and make some navigation buttons. So I've selected my Go to Next button. I'm going to go to my Buttons and Forms. I can click the Convert to Button. Notice now it has that icon. It's really important that you name your buttons. You're going to have a lot of them. Naming them helps you keep them all straight. Once you name it, you have some options for what you want this button to do. The event, or when an action will happen, and then the action. I recommend release or tap, which allows for the use of both a mobile or tablet environment as well as a mouse click. For our action, we're just going to select Go to Next Page, and at this point our button's ready to go. If you want to take it to the next level, you can add a rollover state simply by clicking rollover, then using your swatches, and we're going to choose this for our rollover state. And if you have, like I do, both a fill and a stroke, you will want to make sure you change both your fill and your stroke for that rollover state. So that is one button. I would do the same operation for this one with a Go to Previous. And this button I am going to have go to the index or a destination. So this one's going to work a little bit different in that first I actually need to have a destination created. To do that, I'm going to open my hyperlinks panel. I'm going to use my flyout menu, and I want a new hyperlink destination. I'm going to set this to page, and it's going to go to my index, which is on page 2. It's going to be a fixed zoom. I'm going to hit OK. It looks like I've already created that. So let's rename that page 2 index. Okay, so I've created my destination. I have my object selected. Again, back to the Buttons and Forms panel. Click my new button. My event, and let's name this, so we're going to say Go to Index. The event, same as before, on release or tap. But our action is going to be going to a destination. And notice then I have some change in how that looks. So I want it to go to the destination of page 2 index. And as well on this one, if I want to set a rollover state, I can. Making sure to change my fill and my stroke. So now I've created 3 different types of buttons, or 3 buttons. to create navigation. Now previewing that or testing that is really important. So let's go ahead and preview or test those buttons. I'm going to hop over to page 2, fit on screen with Command 0. I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit here. I'm going to open my SWF preview panel. And when I open it up, first I want to choose multi-page display, and then I want to press play. And sometimes it takes a little while to render that flash preview, but then you can see I have my index. I can go to my next page, my previous page. I can click several pages forward. You can see how my rollover is working. And so that's a great tip, is to just test those navigation buttons after you create them. Make sure they're doing what you need.